What's up?
Hi.
Welcome back to AttaGirl. Man, it feels good to be back. Like, another week, another episode. I have missed this so much. Like, I really have.
No, I totally agree.
I don't know. I spent a week or 2 weeks actually with Spencer Graves. If y'all don't know, he's the voice of 102.5 The Bull, Spencer Graves Show. I got to fill in for Megan as his co-host, and spending 2 weeks with him, I learned so much.
Oh,
and
I bet.
he is so good at what he does.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just was in awe, and it got me fired up to continue the podcast. It got me fired up to like make something with this. So first of all, we want to say thank y'all.
Yeah, definitely.
All the support up until this point. We make jokes all the time. Even if we had 1 or 2 listeners, we would still do this because people don't realize impacting just one person, you're still impacting somebody. So that's really cool. And the fact that we're able to sit in here with these mics with a camera and talk, but then help somebody along the way. Like,
and honestly, big thanks to Spencer too for that.
Oh my gosh, I literally don't think I'll ever be able to repay him.
I definitely won't.
He literally hooked us up. So that's awesome. Funny story. This is kind of on topic. Spencer was helping me look for a truck and helped me get hooked up with a guy at Sarah Toyota. Got a truck, y'all. I freaking love it. That's another update in my life I didn't give y'all last episode, but I have a new truck.
Love it.
So
make sure you tell everyone that you still have the Jeep.
Oh my gosh,
The big point of contention.
They're so worried.
Yeah.
It makes me feel good though. Everyone's really, because I love my Jeep. So the fact that y'all care about my Jeep as much as I do, like, thank you. I still have the Jeep. So I have a 2005 Jeep Wrangler 2-door, 5-speed manual. Love it to death. But I also now, which my parents bought that for me. So this is my first like car that I got myself. And it is a 2024 Tacoma.
Yeah. You needed something, an everyday vehicle.
Yes, absolutely. And the gas mileage, so not to get all with y'all, but it is a 4-cylinder turbo. Ooh. So apparently it's supposed to be better on gas mileage, but it's still, because it's got the turbo, they get up and go like a 6 or 8. So I love it. I've been obsessed. I hate driving, like, with a passion. Like, I hate it.
Really?
Oh. Like, Corey makes fun of me because I squeeze the wheel so tight. I'm such an anxious driver. Like, I hate driving. But I've driven everywhere in this thing because I love it.
I didn't know that about you.
Oh, my gosh. That's why he really did appreciate me coming to visit all those times, because I hate driving.
I did not know that about you.
Like, my hands will be hurting because I squeeze the wheel so tight.
Oh, my gosh. I was always, so, like, in high school when we were first learning to drive, me and not every time.
Yeah.
I had another friend that would drive a lot of the time because she was just the best driver of the group. She just was. We always make jokes. She drove out of the womb because because
she was that good. That's great.
Well, she's lived with people who just made her drive all the time. Like, as soon as she was 15, it's like, okay,
all right, bye.
It's your turn.
Hey, that's better. What is it? The stereotype of girls is that we suck at driving.
Yeah, and she knew what she was doing.
So you go, girl.
If she didn't, I did.
Yeah. And
that was just because my mom and dad said, like, if you're going to go somewhere far, like, we would rather you drive.
Right.
We trust you more than
some of your friends. Valid.
Someone else.
Valid.
So, yeah. I've never been an anxious driver. I should be, maybe.
No,
I should be more anxious because I'm an aggressive driver.
I mean, no.
I have road rage.
I have road rage, but I am so overly cautious. Probably not, like, sometimes when you're overly cautious, it's just as
dangerous.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we need to find the person who's middle ground between us both.
Yeah.
I think we're dangerous in our own ways.
Yeah. So I hate driving, but I love driving this truck. I've been driving it everywhere. I even drove it to the lake. And we stopped at a gas station, Petros. If you know where that is, it's kind of famous. Not really. I just love it. It's got like a bunch of random stuff in there, and it's actually really fun every time we stop.
Yeah.
So we stopped, and it's me, my mom, my brother, and Corey. And we're walking back to the truck, and there's like a group of like 3 guys, and they look right at Corey. And said, "Is this your truck?"
Uh-huh.
And I said, "It's mine." And I raised my hand. And little things like that. Why, Riley? Why did you get so mad at that?
Well, you were proud of your truck, and you didn't want it to be shifted off onto the man of the group.
Right. And he looked at me and was like, well, I'm from Kentucky, and I ain't seen one that looks like this. And I didn't want to be a chotch and be like, well, it's because it's a 2024 and it's like a new build. Yeah. Like they've redone it. But I didn't say that. I was just like, I acted like there's a little front thing that's supposed to make it more aerodynamic. Uh-huh. I was like, the little front thing? Yeah, like I can take that off. That's probably what's throwing you off. And he's like, no, it's this front grill. It looks completely different. And I hadn't seen any of these in Kentucky. And I'm like, oh, well, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I got it from around here, yeah. Because I was like, I'm not going to be that person.
Right.
It's like, well, it's because it's brand new. Like, what? Yeah. But then I get in the car, and Corey goes, I already know what you're about to say. And I was like, why did he assume it was yours? And then he also goes, well, it just kind of looks like a baby Tundra. I'm like, baby? Hey, no, Tundra's baby.
Yeah.
It's a Tacoma, and it looks sharp.
It does, very.
I love it. And then thinking back to my Instagram comments, people are like, wow, didn't go American made. And I'm like, you want to know something? When I bought it, the guy who I bought it from told me it was made in Texas.
There you go.
Hop off.
There you go.
It might be Japanese, but it was made in Texas.
I get shit for driving a Ford all the time. I don't have a truck, but.
For driving American made?
Well,
by our dads probably.
Well, my dad likes a Ford.
Okay, my dad does not like Ford.
See. I always run into those men who are like, oh,
it's gonna, after 100,000 miles, it's gonna just break down on you.
Well, you know what? My car is at 138.
And it's doing great.
It is doing great. Okay, so my car has the dial gear shifter.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's literally why I bought it, because I don't give it, I'm just, hands up, I don't give a shit about cars.
Yeah, that's fine.
The reason I have this car is because my dad went to a dealership, picked out about 4 cars for me to test drive.
Yeah.
That he thought I would like.
Yeah.
Said, hey, I'm at the dealership. Come meet me.
Oh.
I went and met him.
Okay.
And said, here are the cars you're going to pick from. It's all my money. Like, I'm paying for it. It's none of his money.
But he's picking it.
He's picking
picking it out for you.
He's picking out good cars that he thinks I would like.
Yeah.
So this car that I'm in now is the last one I tested. And they all drove great. You know, they were good cars, all of them. He was right. But the dial gear shifter, I was like,
sold you.
Oh, no. That's cool.
That's cool. You kind of feel like you're like, what, like a race car driver?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, so cool. Anyway, and now it's just normal to me. That was like 3 or 4 years ago now.
If I got in your car and I saw that, I'd be like, whoa.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm rich.
Yeah. Honestly, it seems really fancy.
It does.
It really puts it a step up. Not gonna lie.
It's the aesthetic. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, the dial gear shifter, this is going to be over my head.
Okay.
There is a part under the hood that connects to make that whole situation happen. Okay.
Wow.
It's like a cord rod
more
thing.
than I knew.
Yeah, that whole situation.
Yeah.
So I got in my car, and I'd been having issues with it when I would shift to drive. It would throw me back in park, and it was like, nope. Hey, not going anywhere today. But usually then when I would like move it slower, it would work. So I was like, oh, I'm switching gears way too fast because the dial, it's easy to
You're
do.
just ahead of the car.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get up and go.
Yeah.
Too quick.
Yeah.
So I thought that was the issue, right?
Yeah.
The other day during work, I had to go to Regions Bank to do a bank deposit for work. And I was trying to be so nice because the parking lot where the Regions I go to is very small. And this lady was trying to get out, and I was about to turn in, and there's just not much room there. So I was so nice. I was reversed and gave her like some extra space.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
I go back into drive to go.
Yeah.
And my car is like, nope, in the park.
It liked in the reverse.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, well, it wouldn't even go in reverse at that point anymore. It wouldn't shift gears at all. It kicked me back in park over and over and over.
Oh.
And mind you, really, really, really inconvenient
very
spot.
Stubborn.
Your car just a bad spot to do it. It's not like I was in the parking lot in a parking spot.
Which would have been fine.
No, but I was in the way.
Nope.
Oh, just completely in the way. Of course I was. So, I obviously start panicking, and I call the guy I'm dating. He's at work, like an hour away. Oh. He's like, well, hell, I don't know what you want me to do about it.
Like, fix it. What do you mean?
I was like, I'm not asking you to leave work or anything. I'm not asking for you. I just, off the top of your head, because he's great with cars.
Yeah.
I'm like, off the top of your head, you got anything.
Like, what could it be?
Anything I could maybe think about.
It's a knob. How is the knob not turning?
Literally. And like, this is all over my head. So I'm like, in my Prindle. laughing at me because I'm just an idiot when it comes to cars most of the time. Anyway.
Yeah.
He's like, well, let me do some research. I'll call you back. I was like, okay. So he sends me a YouTube video and said, try this.
Okay.
I watched my little YouTube video and not to brag, I get out of my car. I just pop the hood.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. If you're a female and you've ever had to pop your hood and like actually kind of do something, you kind of feel badass.
No,
I'm not gonna lie.
And I'm in a very public spot and people are watching me. There's a restaurant right next to me. There's a Burger King. There's like a drive-through line of people. It's lunchtime.
And you're kind of like Megan Fox bending over from Transformers.
And I'm like, I have greasy hands. And I'm like, yeah, I know how to work on cars.
Yeah.
Mind you, I just watched the YouTube video and got yelled at. But I'm like, yeah. And sure enough, I watched the little YouTube video. I popped my hood. Very simple fix. Like, don't let me flex for real because the little rod, cord, I don't know what it's called because I'm stupid.
Okay. No,
it got shifted off of where it's supposed to be, so I just had to shift it back.
But the fact that you found it under your hood, could identify what it was and move it back.
Right. Thank you.
I don't think you understand. Do you know how many girls that don't know how to even jump off their car? They don't know where their battery is in their car.
I texted Beth and Drew in a group message, and I was like, oh my God, I fixed my car because they knew about it. And Beth was like, the way I wouldn't have even tried.
Right. Most people wouldn't have. Cameron, listen.
And I did. I fixed it, and I was like so excited. So I need a new. I think it's called a bushing. Oh. My bushing broke.
Oh.
My bushing on my rod broke.
Oh.
Right.
Wow.
So I have to replace my bushing.
Yeah, for her car. Sorry, we're talking about the bushing on her car.
That's under the hood.
Under the hood. On her car. In her car. Her bushing.
My bushing under my hood.
Her bushing.
That's connected to my rod.
Yeah. Sometimes the bushing can be connected to the rod.
Right. And it'll cause some friction and break.
And sometimes you got to get up under that hood and check it out.
Exactly. Anyway, car's great. I got a new bushing. I just haven't put it on yet.
Oh, man. So all we're trying to say is we're really good with cars.
Basically.
No, but I'm not going to lie. The whole situation with someone thinking it was a man's truck and not my truck.
Exactly.
Or like just a general consensus of like girls don't know what. And sure, most of us don't.
Yeah,
it's not our cup of tea.
I wouldn't have just popped my hood and known how to do that off my top of my head. But
we also have dads who honestly could work at an AutoZone.
Easy.
Or not AutoZone. That was wrong. Wait.
Like a
oil and
like a mechanic.
Why did I say AutoZone?
Well, like a repair shop.
Golly, not dads.
Yeah,
Robert,
we're sorry for that.
They're
no
gonna be
auto. Mad at us.
That did not.
We meant O'Reilly's dad.
That's what I meant. I meant y'all could be mechanics. Y'all know so much about cars.
Easy.
And so when you grow up with that being your dad, like fixes everything, like does our oil changes, does our brake pads, does everything else.
Literally all of it.
I mean, yeah.
That's what I told the guy I'm dating. I was on the phone with him, and he was like, let me do some research. I was like, I'm just going to call my dad. And he was like, don't call him.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. I run into that problem, too, though, dating a guy who doesn't quite, like, no offense to any guys out there, my man's, like, no offense, but, like, it's no disrespect to you, but sometimes I'm just like, I'll just ask my dad. And it's not, I think.
Well, the thing is, like, the guy I'm dating, he could have fixed that if he was there.
Right.
He was just at work.
Yeah.
Like, he is great with cars. Yeah. Like, I could retire my dad.
From those duties.
100%. What I meant by let me call my dad was he's closer. And he has the luxury of leaving work and helping me.
Oh, that's true.
But he was like, don't call your dad. You can fix this.
But honestly.
He was like, you can do it.
Here's the thing. Calling your dad. Hell, I don't know, Cameron. What did you do?
Well, I did end up calling my dad anyway. Even though he told me not to.
You had to brag to tell him that you just fixed your car.
Well, it was before that. But I was telling him, he was like, well, I'll be on my way. And he started to leave. And I was like, well, he sent me a YouTube video. Like, let me watch this and just see. I call him back, and he had left already. He was like on his way to help me. And I was like, Dad, I fixed it. I fixed it. I was yelling. I was so excited.
I did it.
And then I was like, it's in drive right now. Like, I'm leaving the parking lot.
What did he say? I would have loved to have been on that phone call.
He was like, hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good for you. Yeah. That's awesome. And then he was like, send me that YouTube video. I want to see what happened.
Oh.
He wanted to learn what was wrong with it. Anyway.
That's great. See, a funny thing, when I first got my truck, like day of, like literally, like pulled out of the parking lot with this new truck, went home, packed my bag. I went to Nashville for the weekend to see Sydney, one of my best friends, and heading to Nashville. And I get this like weird thing on my dash, and it was like, wind safe, pull over immediately. I'm like,
wind safe?
Wind safe, like when it's safe.
Oh, got it.
Pull over immediately. I'm like, now I feel like I don't need to wait till I'm safe. I just need to pull over.
Right.
Then I was like, oh, whatever. And it showed me all my tire pressures. And
I feel like, can I just say?
Yeah.
When safe and immediately shouldn't be in the same sentence.
Go together.
That's
absolutely
mixed
not.
Messages.
Yeah. So then that's why I was kind of like, well, when safe, you know?
But immediately is
but
also
then
scary.
But I disregarded that.
Sure.
And then I saw my tire pressure is like 36, 36, 36, 29. I was like, oh, that's a little lower. But like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Not that much lower yet.
Like, so I call my mom though, and I'm like, hey, like it's some alert saying I need to pull over when I'm safe, but like immediately because my tire pressure is a little off. But like, what do I do? Because I'm going to Nashville. I think it's fine. I don't feel a difference. Because I just kind of thought I'd feel like a little bit like, but no, didn't feel a thing. So then.
Not at that time.
No. Well, so then she told me to get off at the Gardendale exit, and I was like, I'm just going to keep going.
Oh, no.
So I kept going, and I got to Warrior.
Yeah.
And finally, my app for the phone, app for the car on my phone, updated. And then my tire pressure was 8.
Oh,
no. 8. And all the rest were 36. And I was like, oh, that's not right. But I still couldn't tell a difference. Couldn't feel it. So, I pull off at Warrior, and I'm like, I'll just put some air. And I go around to hear it, and it's.
You're right. Yeah. Just deflating.
I look at this thing, and I was like, oh, I have been driving on that. Did not mess up the wheel, though. Thank goodness. I would have been so mad at myself. And so then I'm a wreck, and I already feel like my dad's mad at me for even buying this truck because he didn't think I got a good deal on it. And I'm just like, how do I?
Never do.
No. So he leaves work, comes and helps me, puts the spare on, and I could have no, I don't know if I could have because it's a little bit lifted, it's bigger tires, and
oh, yeah.
I mean, I could have figured it out, but he came and helped and then drove my mom's car. They got the new tire on. But it just makes you think, though, about things like that and how I am very grateful that we are educated and willing to do things like that and to, like, learn about cars or even like in college, I kid you not, the amount of girls that don't know how to jump their car off.
Oh, I know.
Like, girls, you should, and it's okay if you don't, but like you should learn.
Yeah, learn. And how to change a tire.
And how to change a tire.
100%.
Like you should know how.
And those are the basics to me.
Yes.
Like at least those two.
And checking your oil, how to check your oil.
Oh. Well, oh God, people don't know how to do that.
No.
Okay.
That's, yeah. People don't know how to check their oil, jump their car off.
Now,
change
am
a tire.
I the best at checking my oil? Like thinking about it and doing it?
Yeah,
no.
no. Dad will be like, have you checked your oil?
No.
And I would be like, did you not?
Yeah.
Talk about making a Dad,
No,
did you not? Last time I was home?
I did the same thing.
Riley, that's not my responsibility. Like, oh, you're right. You're right. I'll do it later. Yeah. So, but there are just things like that. And I will say I take a lot of pride in like knowing how to do those things and not necessarily being super reliant on just calling roadside assistance. Yes, I'm relying on my father.
That's true. Oh, so that's my thing. Like, Dad's the first phone call.
Yes.
Like, before I try.
Yeah.
Because it's my dad.
Yeah. And not gonna lie, our dad's like helping us and like getting to do those things.
What if I'm trying to change a tire and the car falls off the jack?
That's my thing.
That's scary.
Especially,
like my dad wouldn't let it fall. I might.
Yeah.
I know what to do. I know the steps. I know exactly how to do it.
Yes. And even with my truck, my dad was like, I need the manual to see where I'm supposed to put the jack on the truck. I didn't know there was a specific place. I would have just tried to put it where it was like supportive. But there was like a specific place on my truck where I was supposed to put it. And I was like, huh.
Look at that.
Good to know. And then I didn't know.
How you learn.
He also had my mom bring a bigger, heavier duty jack, not just
like
the one.
Truck jack.
Yeah. which.
Yeah. I only know about jacks because of where I work. There's different jacks for different stacks.
Oh, man. Yeah. Like different strokes for different folks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow. Hey, the more you know. But yeah, so I guess this is going out to the men that have women in their lives. Teach them.
Yeah.
And don't look down on them because they don't know it, or don't be all honcho, I'm Mr.
Yeah, just let me do it. I
like,
got it.
Yeah, like really teach, because there are so many valuable things women need to know.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom was telling me a story too about when there weren't phones and her tire blew on the side of the road. She had no choice. She was in a dress, but to change her own tire and then go on and then call Nana and Doc to let them know once she got there that had happened. I was like,
oh, I would have been miserable. I wouldn't have. I couldn't have.
Like,
I'm not kidding. I couldn't have.
Like what would so many of girls have done back then?
Yeah.
I mean, us included, but
yeah.
But we're kind of like more in the know.
No, I could have done. Okay, when I say I couldn't have done it, I just mean like the dress part, the just not being able to call anyone and say like, this is what I'm about to do. At least.
Yeah, I'm on the side of the road.
Yeah. What if she got kidnapped?
Right.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. Well, then when I stopped for my truck, I also didn't realize like driving a truck would get me more attention being a female driving a truck.
Sure.
And so I'm in Warrior.
Ew. Sorry.
No.
I didn't mean that. The only reason I say ew, I have a reason to, is because I grew up in little Nectar, Alabama.
Yeah.
Very close to Warrior.
Yeah.
And I drive through that town as quick as you can.
Yes.
Just because there's some some weirdos there.
And so the amount of other male truck drivers driving by road number, you good over there? And I decided I probably shouldn't be standing out looking at my tire. I'll just sit in my car.
Were you on that like
Wayne's
highway?
No, I got off the exit.
Oh, right. Okay.
I was at Wayne's.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but I was outside like checking it out, and I was like, I'm going to sit in my car and lock the doors.
Right.
So that's what I did.
Right. Good.
Yeah. Yeah. I took a few people stopping by for me to be like, huh.
When my tire blew the other day, no one stopped and talked to me. What the fuck?
It's because I think it's the truck.
No, it was the truck. I was getting pissed about it, but it was because I was on the phone the whole time, I think, too. And they just assumed that like I was fine.
Mine literally was because it's a truck.
Yeah.
The attention I was getting for that. And so I think that's why I was so butthurt that someone thought it was a Corey's. I'm like, no.
Girls drive trucks.
Can a girl not drive a truck?
For sure they can.
So.
Can a girl not pop the hood?
Like, goodness. Megan Fox can do it, but we can't.
I will say, though, that day, people were looking at me crazy like I just like wanted to park there in the middle of everybody.
It was your choice.
It pissed me off. Like, yeah, I
you
just
had
wanted
more room.
to park here.
You had more room to be able to work on it.
Yeah.
Everyone else needed to move away, give you more space.
If you see a girl just parked in a weird spot, don't assume that she just did it for fun.
Her car probably broke down.
Probably. Hey, wild assumption.
Yeah.
She probably doesn't like being there either. She's probably really anxious about being in the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Newsflash.
Yeah. Just in case you see a girl on the side of the road, or like inconveniently in a spot. It's not on purpose.
She's not always an idiot.
But
that's the main point of this whole story. Girls aren't always the idiot.
No, and you shouldn't want to be.
No.
This is kind of off topic, but kind of not. There's a TikTok the other day I saw of this girl being like, this guy I really is really into golf, so I'm acting dumb for him to teach me. I literally said, ew.
Yeah.
That's not cute. Maybe.
No, I get it.
Maybe she thought it was, and maybe he did think it was, but like in my head, I'm not gonna just act like a dumbass for a guy to help me. I don't really like that.
Like,
I don't like feeling helpless.
So she means like literally, like, okay, here. So if I was in that situation, like, it's not that I want to act dumb, but like I also don't want to play golf with you. I will go with you.
I think she wanted him to put his arms around her, teach her how to swing, help her out, and all that kind of stuff.
Just say that. I don't like the. Oh, what do I do?
That's my point. Or like
just
with
be
your
like, hey, show me.
Or like even with your car, you were like, no, I'm gonna freaking do this thing.
Yeah,
and you did it.
I sure as hell did.
You did it. So I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea.
I don't like it either.
Like, I want to feel able.
You'd think.
I don't.
You'd think. I don't
like,
get
why
it.
is it cute to not know how to do stuff?
It's not.
Like, do you just want
well,
to,
because,
like...
Well, you know what? It's men's fault.
Well, that's what this is all coming back around to. Is
no, but I say that because men love to be the savior of a poor young woman.
Listen, we had this whole talk with Corey, me and my mom, and he goes, well, that's men who aren't secure.
Really?
He said a man who's secure in themselves, they don't need to feel superior or need someone to be, they don't need someone to feel less than for them to feel good. He was like talking about his parents' dynamic and how it's a give and take. Like, it's not, it's whatever. And he was like, and like with you, he's like, I love that you're smart and that you're driven and you don't act like you have ambitions and goals and drive and like are able. He was like, where I come into play is when you yourself feel down for me to lift you up. It's not me putting you down. He was like, I feel good when I'm able to help you when you are struggling and come to me.
Yeah. Amazing.
What a concept.
I don't know. I don't understand why everyone can't just think normally and be normal.
That's my whole thing. Just, you have a brain for a reason.
Yeah. I love being smart.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is when not really. I'm not going to say that.
Say it.
I love when I'm talking to a guy and I'm like speaking in my normal vocabulary. Honestly.
Yeah.
And I read a lot of books. Like, I know a lot of words, whatever. And they just look at me like, what? What do you mean?
Yeah. And I'm like,
oh, it's okay.
It's okay. I'm smart.
We'll start doing some vocab lessons.
Yeah.
No. I don't really love that. It's not that fun. It's just
no, but there is just something too, like,
because men love to think women are stupid, and then when you like really talk to them.
Yes. Right. And ladies, if you have a man out there that like looks at you like you're dumb, ditch him. There are plenty of men out there that are proud of their women for being like, I'm sure even the guy you're dating thought that was awesome too, that you were able to fix it and get it done. Like, that's because he helped. He was able to help.
He made fun of me.
But that's okay.
But like, he's just that way. I said, because I texted back, I said, I fixed it because he's at work.
Yeah.
And he was like, did you watch the video? And I said, yes, thank you. I'm basically a mechanic. He said, no, you're not.
But yeah, you are.
No, but I am. My hands are greasy.
Yeah, like you literally popped the hood and got up in there. Just saying.
I'm coming for everyone's job.
Yes,
relax.
Absolutely.
If you have a bushing problem,
don't worry. She's gonna pop that hood. I
can fix that bushing.
Mm-hmm. With a rod. So.
Anyway.
But yeah, so be smart. Find you a man that like.
Teaches you things,
loves that you're smart, never puts you down, and it's okay to want to be interested in things that might be male dominant. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, there's actually a woman mechanic at the Walmart.
Shut up. House. I love that.
I do too.
Okay, shout out to her.
Yeah, she's awesome.
AttaGirl.
That's what I'm saying.
Stuff like that fires me up.
Impressive.
Yeah.
I could never.
I couldn't do it. I would like to think that I could, but I couldn't.
I could learn if I was forced. Yeah. But I would never choose it. That's the difference.
I'm not gonna lie though. Think about like being in like work clothes, being greasy, a hair in a ponytail, and you just kind of feel badass.
You do.
That's all I'm saying.
It's like Rosie the Riveter vibes.
Yeah. Yes, that's what I'm actually picturing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's cool. So
yeah,
we're truck and car and mechanic girlies. Yeah. More proud of it.
Exactly.
Thanks, Dad.
Never be too scared and don't doubt yourself. You can do more than you think.
Yeah, absolutely. AttaGirl.
AttaGirl.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.